Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching the ninth episode of Hell Short series, and today's topic is the Age of Chaucer. So, when it comes to the age of Geoffrey Chaucer, it is known to be a period of social contrast and rapid political change. Chaucer was born in the reign of Edward III and lived throughout the era of Richard III. Edward's reign was found to be a period of highest development of medieval civilization in England. It was known to be a period of romantic idealism. And amidst that, there were lots of foreign conquests, triumphs, and victories. Trade expanded, and the wealth of commercial classes increased. But the period was also marked by the Black Death. So, pestilence or the epidemic disease ravaged the land, and almost it swept third of the entire population in a year. And again, it reappeared in the year 1362, 67, and in the 70s. And added to that, the effects of famine was tremendous. Famine followed the plague, and the nomads and thieves multiplied. So tyrannous laws were passed. So then comes the French wars and the rule of Richard II. So of course there was glory and fame of Edward, but it brought disaster. The French wars brought disastrous effects on the successor Richard II because of the heavy burden of taxation, and this almost led to social unrest. So, unwise and despotic rule of Richard II was known far and wide. Constitutional conflict between the king and his subjects happened, and there was endless discord and confusion in the state. Now comes the corruption of the church. So there was low spiritual zeal and energy, and the period was marked by a godless and worldly way. There were ignorant and careless clergymen, and the period was noted for greedy friars. So this was the shocking status of the religious society of England during the age of Chaucer. And then comes John Wickliffe, the morning star of Reformation. So he took up the great task of reviving spiritual Christianity in England. He wrote religious pamphlets, and he sent preachers far and wide with the message of the gospel. He produced an entirely complete English version of the Bible and the very first translation of scriptures into any modern vernacular language was this one. So now comes the beginnings of a new religious movement in the late 14th century. So this brought out a big change in the intellectual interest. So the new kind of learning emerged. The ecclesiastical spirit and the medieval habits were the controlling forces in Chaucer's period, and now emerged a change. A fresh and new spirit emerged. Intellectual expansion happened following the spirit in Italy. So it was renewed. It was a renewed study of literature of classical antiquity. So this awakening of enthusiasm in art and moral ideas brought about a twist. Intellectual expansion from theological trammels in the sense deprival of freedom and action. So all these days, the literature was limited to the theological trammels, and now emerged a big change in the intellectual interests. So, who are the leaders of this great revival? So, you could see that in this period, in the later part of this period, there was a rise in the vast and complex movement. So, who are those two celebrated Italian writers who brought about the change? Petrarch and Boccaccio. So, their influence of humanism and their new culture passed into England. And there was a quickened sense of beauty, a delight in life, and a free secular spirit in literature. So, this is all about the age of Chaucer. There is yet more to come in the upcoming episodes. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. And those who haven't subscribed, do subscribe and watch.